Hello there, YouTubers! Today we're going to take a bit of a closer look and we're going to try and repair this Nordmende HiFi 7504 ST receiver. This is a receiver from 1971 and got this today at a thrift store for 20 euro, which is too much. It is too much, not a good deal at all. But I do like the way this looks. Definitely looks very, very, very different, even from European equipment of the time. We will have to do some repairs because at the moment this thing is not all too terribly happy. It does work. If I just plug it in, it will have a power switch which is in a very, very obvious spot. Right here, right in the middle. We turn it on. We do get a hiss out of one of the speakers. It's a tuner that we have going here. Not sure if it's going to do anything. Well, there we are. The other bands are doing at least something. Anyway, this does have some problems. For one thing, you can see we're getting no indication of power whatsoever. When I first plugged this in, I thought it was dead, but we do get some activity on those meters. And reason being, this fuse right here is blown or decided to die. Not exactly sure. I had cases where fuses just basically fall apart due to aging. So just going to try and replace this thing and see if that's already the solution to the problem. Same as for the fuse over here. That is why that channel is not working. It's blown, and well, I hope this doesn't have any kind of a major problem. Now the thrift store, they didn't test this thing. They don't test their equipment because yeah, that's Germany for you. They are not allowed to. So what they are doing is they just go ahead and put the equipment on the shelves and they give you basically a 3-day warranty. If something doesn't work, you can bring it back within 3 days after buying the item. And I'm not sure. If I can't get that power amplifier to work, I may actually have to go and do that, because 20 euro for something that I can't get to work is definitely too much. Anyway, couldn't find any service documentation about this thing on the internet at all, which doesn't make things any easier. Just going to go ahead and replace those fuses, and I'm going to see what happens. Okay, I apologize. I have to finish this video rather quickly because we're going to head off in just a few minutes. But here it is, the Nordmende model HiFi 7504 ST receiver from 1971. Unfortunately, was not able to repair it. 2 fuses, one of them responsible for all the lights. Well, replace a fuse for the lights and everything started working, all the lights. And well, as you can quite clearly see, we're even getting a bit of static from the tuner. Alright, now unfortunately the second fuse on the right power amplifier board, that would not, that was not the problem. That was just an indication for another problem. I replaced it and it was just blowing up again, and I did measure the output stage transistors to 2N3055s, but very unfortunately those were all fine, and I couldn't find the schematics for this thing online, so really trying to repair this would be a game of hit and miss. And I took the board out and I really couldn't see anything that was obviously wrong, so I'm going to take advantage of the 3-day warranty that I have from the thrift store. So that's why I'm kind of in a hurry, because we're going to go there in just a few minutes. Anyway, as you can see, the lights are working, and what I really do like is it does not only light up everything all the time, it actually lights up things depending on what kind of a function you have selected. This is FM, which of course gives you the dial right here. Then we have the AM section, which switches to over here. Of course, center meter doesn't work for AM, only the field strength meter. And it's the same for all bands. If you're using an external input, this is what you're getting, just a red light indicating that you're using one of the auxiliary inputs or record player inputs, which this thing is kind of a chaos, to be honest. You know, you have the band selector over here. This switch is for the external channels, which you then have over here, your microphone, record player, magnetic cartridge, crystal cartridge, have a tape input right there, and if you're recording something, your monitor switch is down here, and it's just kind of a mess. But in a nice way, I have to say. Anyway, let me just very quickly take you through the features. We have the 6 FM presets over here, and those are using this miniature meter down there. This is basically a little VU meter with an FM scale, and then you have the 7th input up here, FM, right there. That is for the big dial, and the big dial and the little meter unfortunately don't work together. This meter is only for these presets, and the big dial is only for the 7th part. Okay, moving on, we have up there mono muting, stereo muting. I don't know where the difference is. I guess 2 different sensitivities. Power switch in blue is right in the middle of the unit, which makes a lot of sense. Here we have the center tuning and field strength meter. Stereo light, which of course is burned out. The auxiliary input light, that's the band selector over there. Nordmende logo right there. That's of course your tuning. Get 2 different buttons for the FM and the AM dial. Microphone inputs, headphone outputs, of course all DIN jacks. This is a completely DIN jack unit. Down here we have treble control, bass control, balance control, and the volume control, which is kind of blurry. And here we have some more. We have the monitor, we have a rumble filter, a scratch filter, and contour, which is a much nicer name for your loudness. And that's it, basically. There it is. This is a rather odd design, and I kind of like it in a certain way. That's why I'm making this video. Otherwise I would say, okay, bring it back, forget about it. Now, for example, these massive aluminum side parts, which are really just for decoration. You don't see that anymore. Nowadays that would be used as a heat sink. But it really is quality. Like, you know, a lot of German producers, they tended to, you know, rather than putting real aluminum onto the faceplates, they went ahead and had a plastic molding, and then they just glued some less than 1 millimeter thick aluminum foil, basically, to that plastic, and achieved kind of like something like this look right here. Now this one looks much better because what looks to be aluminum is aluminum, and it's very massive aluminum. As a matter of fact, I haven't found any aluminum part in this unit that is thinner than 3 millimeters, which is kind of amazing. And that's also the reason why this thing is extremely heavy. This thing is extremely heavy. Okay, anyway, maybe a very quick sample of the radio. During my experiments and trying to, seems like I've lost the antenna, there it is. During my experimenting with the unit and with a blown power amplifier, I actually blew up one of my speakers, my cheapo test speakers. Or actually it didn't blow up, it did a bit of an interesting thing with it. it minimized the impedance. The speakers are 4 ohm speakers, and after I smoked the one speaker, the right speaker, that was suddenly a 2 ohm speaker. Still works, but just with a bit of a lower impedance, which is not really a good thing. Anyway, let's see what we can do. We switch it to FM, turn up the volume.
No, I won't do that. Den Tag mit der Sofort bemüht sich Super Merkel um eine
Antenne. Ich bin Verena Kortmann, das hier.
für Unternehmertum.
I guess that was a rather quick demo, but yeah, as I said, I'm in kind of a hurry. Anyway, it does sound amazing. I mean, I'm just using these little crap speakers down there. Horrible things. Usually their frequency response is just a little bit better than your common household telephone, but on this one they do sound really good. Of course, the old vintage German receivers always had a very, very, very good loudness. I mean contour on this one. Very, very good circuit for that. It made things sound really, really nice and comfortable, and not this kind of disco wannabe that you get nowadays if you turn on loudness. Anyway, just unplug the thing, turn it off, and give you a look at the back, and squish the power cord, which is, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Right there we have the DIN inputs, and we have the, I don't know what muting does. I have no idea. Have the speaker outputs. The one in the center is the 2 volt output is actually a preamp output, so you could hook up an external power amplifier, but since I don't have a matching one, I can't do that. Then we have the antenna inputs. Once again, DIN jacks. Have 2 fuses and a voltage selector for 220 and 110 volts. And your heatsink behind there. Okay, I guess that's it for the Nordmende HiFi 7504 ST receiver. I'm definitely going to look out for Nordmende equipment of those days, because I do like it, but I guess with this one we're just not having that much luck. And I could say, okay, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to repair it at some other point, but once again I paid 20 euro for this, which is too much for a broken unit. That's the first thing. Second thing is I have so many things to do, so many projects, I just don't have time for yet another one, especially if I paid something for it. Alright, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you again soon.